Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us for our Week 2 Major League Rugby Competition Challenge Punishment Prediction Show. Again, sponsored by no one. If you'd like to sponsor this, we'd love to have you. Drink beers at your bar, watch rugby, and give each other a hard time about how we're very bad at predicting rugby. So my name is Mr. Gray. Hey, everybody. How we doing?
Hey, doing good.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what up?
Hey,
All
how
right.
we doing, everybody?
Nice.
Must
Fun
be
joining up.
that thunderstorm must be a little bit of a delay. All right, awesome. Good to see everybody. And today we have a special guest. We have Big joining us as our guest picker, joining the Wombats. So we just wanted every single week, we want someone new to join us so you guys can get to know everybody on the team, not just the officers. We really do have more than 6 people on this team. And we're going to prove that. We have at least 7 by introducing you guys to Big. So yeah, Big, why don't you introduce yourself? Who are you?
Yeah, how we doing, everybody? It's a pleasure to be here. I'm excited to get to spend some time here to show another face of the Wombats. I guess a little bit of background on myself and rugby. So Ryan Gray here was actually one of the first people, him and Phil, who's also on this call, that introduced me to rugby back in, I think it was, oh man, it was probably 2014. I ran into these guys at a stand at the UNI, was the club, intramural club booth, and pulled me aside and said, "Hey, you've ever played rugby before, you know?" And I was like, "No, I don't even know what in the world you're talking about." But they seemed to think I'd enjoy it, and I went out and tried it and stuck with it for 4 years through college and fell in love with the game. So I've been off from playing rugby for probably about 3 or 4 years now, as I've been kind of moving around and getting settled back into Des Moines now after some time out of state. And when I found out about the Wombats and all the different UNI alumni that were playing here, that were pretty much, the same folks that got me started in the first place, I was excited to hop on board and become a part of this club here in Des Moines area. So pretty stoked about it.
Yeah, it's awesome to have you, man. Good to be playing with you again. We're so excited that you're in the area and you've been in the area for a while and you're excited to join us and figure out what this is all about. And so basically, what do you do for work now? What keeps you busy besides getting back into rugby?
Yeah, so my day job is as a project engineer for a commercial construction management company. So I'm kind of the day-to-day operations on the construction sites. Right now, we're building a public safety facility for the city of Clive that'll house their new police and fire department. So kind of the go-to guy out there alongside the superintendent, who deals with more of the labor for guys who have questions and dealing with the owner and just some of that day-to-day operations. And then on the side, do a little bit of drone videography as well. So
nice. And you're going to work with us. You're going to see your logo on the back of our jersey underneath the numbers. And you're going to see some collaborations between In-Flight Productions and the Wombats coming up here, hopefully the end of April, middle of May, into summer. Going to have some cool things lined up. We're super excited about that as well. So lastly, before we get into the picks, what would you say your favorite rugby memory so far? Because obviously it's going to be the Wombats. So far, what's your favorite rugby memory?
Man, there are so many to choose from. I know one of my favorite things when I was at UNI playing was always just traveling. I mean, the home games are always a blast because we were on our home turf, but something about those car rides and those trips with, your brothers on the team and just spending time with each other, getting to see new places and experience new things. That was probably my favorite. In particular, I remember there was one trip we took. I think it was to go play somewhere in Chicago, I believe it was. And we actually lined it up the night before to go stay and do some tent camping on the way there. So we ended up camping overnight and just hanging out and having a good time. And then we showed up to the game the next morning. And that was just one of those ones that was way different than any other trip we'd ever done before. So it was a lot of fun.
That's awesome. Marcus, before you played football games at Iowa State, did you guys go camping
Sure didn't.
that wasn't on the itinerary.
No.
No.
Also, speaking of you and I want to give a big shout out to Zeus. He made these St. Patrick Day t-shirts that we could order. And I just want to say thanks, Zeus, for getting those out 3 days after St. Patty's Day. I can't wait to wear this 362 days from now. If I remember I still have it. I wore a black t-shirt to the bar. I wanted to wear this, but hey, there's always next year, so it was a good idea. Love you. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into the action. Big, thank you for sharing a little bit about your story, how you got into rugby. Now you're with the Wombats. You can't get away from us, whether you like it or not. All right. So again, it is week 2. It is week 2. Your sponsor could be on this as well. And our favorite part, we have the punishment, wheel of death, name pending, in case someone wants to put their name on it for a small fee. We would love to work with you. So first of all, what do we not want to do? I added a new one. You can see here, I saw a TikTok. They put in like wax in your nose and you rip them out.
What?
Yeah, that's going to be one too. You can see it on the top. One, I'm getting old and I have bad nose hair. I need to do it anyway. So if I lose, it'll
win-win.
suck, but I need to do it. But yeah, which ones do you not want to do the most? D, what do you think? Which one looks the worst?
It's still the Bear Mile Challenge.
Marcus, where are you at?
I'm reading a couple of these. I still think the bleach blonde hair is going to be rough, but then what's the 1,000-piece puzzle while listening to Nick? What's the rest of that?
Oh man, I definitely stole that from Barstool Chicago.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe it was Pardon My Take. I can't remember. Basically, they had a bet where whoever lost, it was fantasy football. Whoever lost their fantasy football had to sit in a room and listen to the same song by Nickelback on repeat until they finished a 1,000-piece puzzle.
Good with
Well,
that.
that won't be that bad. I actually kind of
Oh
enjoy
my
Nickelback,
God.
so I still think the jet black or the blonde hair might be kind of rough.
Oh, do we do eyebrows with that too? I mean,
Oh,
No.
I can shave off my hair. I can't shave off my eyebrows.
So which one, if we hit it, which one would you be like, that's not so bad?
There's one with the whole like the beer with the pickled egg or whatever, and you have to like chug that beer and like eat the pickled egg, right?
Yeah.
There's
Yep.
one other. I would actually be totally fine with doing that.
Okay. Justin, how about you? Which one are you cool with? Justin, you're on mute.
Anything involving beer, I'm good with. The beer mile or the chug of beer with the egg in it, I'm fine with both of those.
Gotcha. What if we added a butt chug? Would it still be okay?
No, I'd have to win that week.
Said anything with beer. Nico, what do you think it's going to land on?
Oh, you put in the nose hairs ones, and my girlfriend's been trying to get me to do that. So I'm sure if I lose again, that's what's going to end.
And Big, we'll end on you here. What do you think it's going to be based off the ones you can see?
Good pick.
Oops, sorry guys, my connection is cutting out a little bit. What was that?
Big, so which one do you think it's going to be?
Which one is it going to land on? Man, I'm kind of hoping that it lands on that hottest chip challenge. I'd love to see someone do that.
And remember, if you get last or second to last place, it's a legally binding contract. Once you're on this little YouTube video, you have to do it.
Give me
All
that
right.
spicy chip. I love spicy.
All right, fellas.
Get it over with. I need to see it.
Someone sing a song. Here we go. Here it goes. What's it gonna be? What's happening? Oh,
Hot wings.
Ooh.
Oh,
There you go.
That's not bad. So basically, we need to find a place. I mean, we could do Buffalo Wild Wings. I'd rather do somewhere local. And
No,
say
let's
six.
do Iowa Top Room. They have these hot wings that me and Phil tried.
Ooh, oh, those are rough.
Got to find
Yeah.
one of those places that'll
That's
make
the
you sign a
point.
waiver to do them.
Yeah.
No,
Ugh.
let's do Iowa Top Room.
We got to go somewhere you have to sign a waiver. Something that 6 bone-in wings, sign a
I hope it's
waiver.
big now.
So, yeah, at least 2 of us are going to be doing that this week. So, hot wings off the board. So, moving into our predictions. So, first up, these games are in order. All these games here are on Saturday, and this little black line I drew, these are the games on Sunday. You'll notice we have 6 matches. Everybody's included. Sorry, New England Free Jacks and the Los Angeles Guiltinis. You two are both our game of the week since we forgot you last week. So, Marcus, you want to start us off? You took New York. You're a big fan of them last week. You picked them again this week. What's the story?
Oh yeah, I think the Butcher is going to get them boys right. Biggest improvement is from week 1 to week 2. And I think, they just had a few sloppy things. And once they kind of get that together, I think they're going to be a pretty tough team to beat.
Nice.
Nola.
Justin?
I hate to go against
Nola.
Nola.
Yeah, Nola was the favorite of the crew, but now we're kind of losing some faith in him. Justin, why are you still sticking with Nola?
They just have some dynamic back line, and I think they were just thrown off last week by the penalties and a couple missed passes on the outside to the wing. And I think that this week they'll clean it up and they'll come back and hopefully beat New York.
Yeah, looking for their first win. So then we go to DC of Old Glory against Atlanta. Atlanta's coming to town. Phil, you went with Old Glory.
I did.
Why
Yeah,
did you do that?
basically. Yeah, well, Old Glory, put up a pretty good fight against Nola. They stayed in it the whole time and ended up finishing the game with a tie, and going up against obviously a really good Nola team and sticking with them the whole time was pretty impressive. And they got a lot to build off of there. And Atlanta's still a fairly newish team. They're obviously a good squad, but I think Old Glory is going to come out on top. But it's going to be tight. I think it's going to be within 5 points easily.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for a newer expansion team, Atlanta really held their own last week, but you're sticking with Old Glory. I like it. Then in the third match of the Saturday, we have New England traveling to Houston, which is interesting. Houston, the last couple of years, has been middle of the pack to kind of the bottom of the table. We unanimously all picked Houston over the New England Free Jacks. I think when looking at this match, almost all of us, besides just a couple, went to UNI and we played for UNI. Their coach at Houston is Paul Emmerich with the Northern Iowa connection. I think we got a little love there. But the fact that Houston came out, they won last week over Seattle. New England came out and they lost to a brand new Los Angeles team. Even though Los Angeles had some dogs and they're a good team, you expect more from New England. And so I think maybe that's why we unanimously picked Houston, just because Houston beat a top dog. New England came out to a brand new team and lost. I think that's why we love Houston. Again, I think it's going to be close. Houston, they didn't make a lot of mistakes last week. They took advantage of the mistakes their opponent made. And I think we'll see more disciplined rugby out of them, and it'll be in their favor. And then so for the next match, Nico, you took Utah. What are you thinking?
Yeah, Toronto's got a great offense. They scored the most points in the league last year before COVID hit. But Utah's always surprised me. They've got a bunch of big guys out there, and wait for it, my guy Mikey Teo, he's come over from San Diego, playing with them.
You know him?
Yeah, I played when I was with Belmont Shore for a little bit. He's a good, very dynamic player. But I really just disliked that Toronto has to go over to like across the nation. So they're playing in Georgia right now due to COVID restrictions in Canada. It would have been really hard to get everybody going across the border, but I think home team for this one. So
nice. I will say too, when you look at this graphic, I never noticed this until Toronto and Utah matched up. Toronto's logo is the shape of a rugby ball standing straight up, and Utah has a rugby ball sideways, and it really messed up the flow of everything when people picked me and Benson picked Toronto. Nothing's in line anymore, and now it really bothers me that their logos are opposite. So, but yeah, all right. In the next match, San Diego and Austin Gilgronis. DeAndre, what's the scoop?
I think San Diego is probably pissed at themselves about how they came out in the first game, looking sluggish, that they're turning on and won't lose this game. I think a lot of people are looking to get right back on track.
Nice. Got to make that jump, like Marcus said, from week 1 to week 2 for sure. And then in our last game of the week, prime time game of the week, we have a big announcement with the Seattle-Los Angeles game. Big, just so you know, you have a chance to have the best record of any guest we've had. If you win one match, you will have the all-time record for guest wins in a week. So the bar is set at 0 wins, 1 tie, and 4 losses. You took Seattle. What are you thinking here? Did you do your homework?
Well, so I know we saw some struggles last week, and I think that, they've got a pretty decent loaded midfield, and they've got some firecrackers in the back that I'm hoping, after seeing some of the flaws we know we need to work on from last week, that it'll kind of light a fire up under them, and we'll start getting some things figured out here and make some improvements for this week. So I know there's been some concerns this year in general with Seattle kind of on the downcline from their season last year, but I'm hoping that they can, after last week, see what they need to work on and come out swinging.
Man, Big, I love you. That's how you do it right there as a guest. You come in, you do your homework. I guarantee you're going to have at least 1.5 wins. That's the betting line.
Gotta at least get one.
I don't get at least that 1.5, man.
You're eating hot wings.
I'm eating hot wings. I'm signing a waiver.
I don't be doing. We have to go to a place that has a serious waiver.
Oh man, but no, that's awesome. You did your homework. Love it. Love it. Love it. So basically, we're on the home stretch here. Phil, out of all these picks, out of us 7, who do you think is going to win this week? As you look at the board.
Honestly, looking at it, I want to say I'm going to win, but I know in my heart, Big Dick Benson is going to win.
Benson, I think that's the kiss of death right there. He picked your board.
I know, I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I don't like it because you and me, besides those first 2 matches, we have 4 that are the same.
I know.
Yep.
If those 4 games don't go our way, I think ours are the closest together.
Oh. I am not pretty when I eat hot things either. I am a sweater. So it could be bad.
Oh.
The meat sweats.
Yeah, it's not good.
Nico, were you going to say something?
Yeah, I'm one off of you too.
Nice. So we might have 3 people. And the way the board is so scattered too, there's another chance that every single one of us, 7 people, go 3-3 this week.
God.
No separation.
Everyone doing a hot wings challenge. Nice.
Hey, if everybody ties, everybody's in last place, not first place. And so, on yesterday's show, Marcus had some words about practice. And so, oh no. Marcus made a joke about the rain. So what do you want to say about practice tonight at 6 p.m. at Indian Hills in Clyde, Marcus?
We're going to be there. We're all going to be there. And it's going to be wet, and it's not going to be fun for some of us. who've had some historical mishaps in the rain, but we're going to enjoy it and we're going to have a good time.
That's right. So again, practice tonight, 6 p.m., Indian Hills in Clive. If you're there, you get to see Marcus's big smile. And also, if you show up and you bring a brand new player who's never been to our practice before, we will buy you and your new recruit your first beer at post-practice beers at Pally's. So recruit, incentive, a free beer for you and your friends. Moving on, we've got some news. And you might have seen the U-Haul meme that was on social media today. DeAndre, remind everybody, where's our home field for matches?
It's going to be the Mid-America Sportsplex in West Des Moines off of Grand.
What's special about it?
They really want rugby there, so we're going to try to give them a lot of rugby.
How many fields do they have?
3, I think.
3.
And they got a door facility too for winter time, so it'll be nice.
Do they own all 3 of those fields?
They do.
Dang. I heard of another facility that had 2 fields, but the city owns one of them. Well, that's pretty cool. We go to a place with lights, an indoor facility, and 3 fields that they own. Pretty cool. I'll leave it at that.
Oof.
I only said it to see if people are going to watch this.
Oh, man.
And then, Nico, do you have stuff to say about sponsors or potential sponsors?
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of sponsors on our team so far already, but we're looking for sponsors for a lot of other things that we're interested in, especially this at the moment. Yeah, get in touch with us. We'd love to do or help each other.
Yeah, we'll collaborate with anyone. We've done terrible things for a lot less. So
We had to haunted house. That was not. It was on for like 2 weeks, I think.
Whoops. And then Justin, do you want to talk about Sunday at Pally's? What's happening?
Sunday at Pally's, we're gonna have a watch party
For whom?
for the Giltinis and Seattle.
I'm gonna have myself a martini during that.
You should.
I'm gonna have a nice Seawolf steak.
Boo.
But all kidding aside, I think this game could be really fun. We're all gonna try to get there. There's gonna be some implications. This is the last game of the week.
Implications?
Yeah, there's implications, Phil. Basically, we will know where everybody's at, and the outcome of this game could decide who our big loser is. So there's going to be some stuff riding on this. So Sunday night, 7:30 at Pally's. Let's have some fun. We've had some fun tonight. We've shared some laughs. We've shared some insight on rugby. My cat knocked over a plant. Big, we appreciate you joining us. It's been great to have you back on the pitch with us. So excited to see where we're going to go this spring. Bring back some of those old memories and bring back some of that old vibe that we used to have up there at UNI and keep on building. So closing thoughts, Big, take it away. Take us home.
Hey, closing for tonight, I just say, see you at practice tonight, bring a friend, and get that free beer. Let's go Wombats.
Gotta throw it up.
I can't.
Someone buy him a computer. All right, everybody. We'll see you at practice tonight. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night, and we will see you all tonight. Peace.